of the new Warren Central High School career strikeout leader, number 24, Jeff Shane Waldrop. Congratulations, Shane. A lot of pressure after last night's pitching performance.
Strike, baby. Are we on? Do I need to click this? Or are we on?
That's right.
Hey, welcome into the booth for the next installment of Warren Central Baseball. We're here at Dragon Field, where the home-standing Dragons will take on the Warren East Raiders. In the booth with me, special guest, Jeff Vance. What do you think about the game today, Jeff?
I hope it'll be a good one. After last night's performance by the Dragons, we got a tough day ahead of us. We look good.
Let's set the defense for the Dragons. Playing third base, Michael Bush. At shortstop, Jacob King. Second base, Spence Sheldon. Over at first, Preston Beckner. And left, Tyler Love. Playing center field, Trevor Lowe. And right field, Boone Simmons. On the hill today for the Dragons, your junior pitcher, Josh Vance, and his battery mate is Jeremy Klein. Back with the first pitch in a moment.
For the Raiders will be the shortstop, number 3, Brandon Beckham.
Okay, folks, welcome back in. First pitch getting ready to happen. Beckham for the Raiders will be leading it off here in the top of the first. Vance climbs onto the hill, gets a sign from Klein, and here's the pitch. Foul ball strike at the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. I don't know if you people realize this or not, but my partner in crime, Jeff Vance, is the all-time leading single-season hitter in Warren Central history of .537 back in 1988. Jeff, what a year.
It was a competitive year for the Dragons that year. We had a lot of good players. I had people in front of them, people behind me, so I got good pitches.
There's a pitch, foul ball to the right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Beckham. Did you pass that knowledge to your son, Josh?
I'm working on it.
And here's the pitch. Curveball over, right in the center. Base hit for Beckham. A little quail in the center, and they get the leadoff man on for the Raiders.
Now batting, number 21, Zach Gross.
With a man on first, nobody out, that brings up the catcher for Warren East, Gross. Vance to the belt and the pitch. Lays down a bunt, foul off a third. 1 strike. Vance is trying to work ahead right here on the second place hitter for the Raiders. Vance climbs on the hill, check of the runner. To the belt and the pitch. There's the bunt attempt. Up along first, Vance fields, throws the first, got him. 1 out, that moves Beckham to second.
Now coming to the plate for the Raiders will be number 24, Mark Biggs.
That brings up Mark Biggs for the Raiders with a man on second. And one out for the Raiders are looking to take the lead here in the top of the first. Vance climbs on the hill to the belt, checking the runner. And here's the pitch. Swing and foul back on a little curve. Vance gets ahead, no balls, one strike.
That's a kid right here he's got to be careful with. With the wind blowing out, Biggs just puts it in the air. It could go out of here.
Mark Biggs is quite a player for the Raiders. Vance checks the runner to the belt and the pitch. Ground ball, deep short. King fields, fakes the throw. That's an infield single, saved a run.
Now batting for the Raiders will be number 25, Donnie Lowe.
With an infield single from Biggs, that'll get a first and third going for the Raiders. We're in the top of the first inning here at Warren Central. No score. Vance to the belt and the pitch coming. Strike one, right over the outside corner. The Dragons are looking for a ground ball double play maybe to get out of this inning.
Well, we need it.
He pulled one in right. That's going to play to run. And the Raiders jump out on front, 1-0 on the RBI single from Donnie Lowe.
Now batting number 20, Andrew Alvey.
That brings up Alvey playing center field today for the Raiders, and here's the pitch. Fakes a bunt, pulls it back for ball one. Raiders jumping out on front, 1-0 here in the top of the first inning. With runners on first and second and Alvey at the plate, here's the pitch. Lays down a bunt, foul. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the first inning with the Raiders leading 1-0.
Raiders coming out early playing a little small ball to start off the day.
Yes, they are. I believe Alvey was trying to push one by the pitcher with our middle infield playing double play depth. The fake to second, no throw. Biggs back easy. 1 ball, 1 strike on Andrew Alvey. Checking the runner to the belt, the pitch. Over below, ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike on Andrew Alvey. Alvey steps out, runs through the signs from Coach Sanford down there. He digs back in. Here's the pitch. There's a base hit in the left. Come up throwing. No, he bobbles it. Biggs will score with no throw. Throw into third. And that gives the Raiders a 2-0 lead here in the top of the first.
Now batting number 1, the right fielder, Hunter Green.
Brings up Green to the plate. Here's the pitch. Foul ball right there at the plate on a fastball. With 3 straight hits, the Raiders score their second run here in the top of the first inning. They're leading the Dragons 2-0. Runners on first and second, 1 out. The pitch from Vance. Curveball over, strike 2.
0-2 count. Let's see what he does right here. His previous 5 starts, he's been getting leaving his ball over for the 0-2 count. Nice pitch there.
Beautiful pitch. That took something off way out in front. That's a strikeout on Green.
Now batting the left fielder, number 6, Chase Butler.
The Dragons are looking to get off the field on this at bat right here by Butler. He digs in with 2 outs. And 2 on. The pitch from Vance. Inside with a fastball. Ball 1. To the belt and the pitch from Vance. Fake it back at second. No throw. In the early going, I haven't seen a ball struck hard yet, but they're finding holes. In the pitch. Threw it behind him. Somehow he got out of the way. A wild pitch advances the runners.
He don't have his best stuff. I can tell you that right now. Seen him throw too many games.
Check out the runner.
He's not an overpowering pitcher. He's got to make your defense play, and right now he's putting himself in the hole getting behind the batters.
In the pitch. That's a 4-pitch walk to Butler. Timeout. Coach Humphrey makes a visit to the mound. I'm sure he's telling the young right-hander to settle down. Let's get the out and get in here and let's hit. Jeff Vance, when you pitch for the Dragons, what would be something that your coach would tell you in this situation?
Slow yourself down. Get on the mound. Take the ball. Know what you're going to do with the pitch. Don't go up on the mound not ready to pitch.
Here we go. Donahoe digs in with 2 outs and the bases loaded for the Raiders in top of the first. The pitch from Vance. Foul ball to right side.
Now batting number 8, the second baseman, Drew Donahoe.
This would be big if the Dragons can get out of it with only 2 runs. The pitch from Vance. Curveball about hit him inside. Ball 1. And the pitch. Foul straight back on the fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Donahoe. This is a big pitch coming right here, Jeff Vance.
Let's get a ground ball right here to Mr. King at shortstop.
And the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that will end the top of the first, where Warren East jumps out on the Dragons 2-0. Back with the bottom of the first in a moment.
now for the Dragons will be the center fielder, number 14, Trevor Lowe.
All right, sports fans, back here at Dragon Field. Lowe leading off the bottom of the first for the Dragons. Let's see if they can get something going. Payne climbs on the wind and the pitch. Inside fastball, ball one. What do we know about this southpaw for the Raiders, Jeff? You know anything about this kid?
He's a crafty little pitcher. I mean, he throws the ball across the plate and makes you hit it.
There's a shot to second, thrown out. This is Trevor Lowe.
Now batting for the Dragons will be your pitcher, number 1, Josh Vance.
With one out, that brings up Vance. Let's see if Josh can get something going for the Dragons. Swing and fouls one back. No balls, one strike on the Dragons pitcher. We'll get a time here. Okay, here we go. Vance digs back in, the wind from Payne in the pitch. Swing and a miss on a curveball. No balls, 2 strikes. Payne climbs on the hill. The windup in the pitch to Vance. Outside high with a fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jeff, what does Josh Vance need to do in this situation?
He just looks at the opposite field right here. Get on base.
The pitch from Payne. A chopper in a hole between second and first, and that's a base hit for Josh Vance.
Shows how much I know. He got a hit. Now batting, the catcher, number 13, Jeremy Klein. Courtesy running will be number 4, Aaron Hardman.
With Vance reaching on a 1-out hit, we got a courtesy runner for our pitcher, Aaron Hardman, number 4. That'll bring up Klein, digging in.
Aaron made a nice slide into home last night to get one of the runs for the Dragons.
The pitch, outside on the fastball. Yes, he did. I witnessed the game last night. I read the paper. I talked to the young man. What a slide. He looked like Superman coming in there. To the belt in the pitch. Cuts on a curveball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Klein. Jeff, why are these young fellows swinging at these curveballs early in the count? Do you have an answer for me?
I can't answer that. It's a new day, maybe. They seen the curveball last night. It's coming from a lefty side today, maybe.
Oh, he threw that one away from him. Klein waves and misses. We got a 1 ball, 2 strike count on the junior catcher for the Dragons. Check of the runner from Payne to the belt and the pitch to Klein. There's a double play ball out to second. Out at second, throw to first. Got him. A 4-6-3 double play, and that will end the first inning where your Dragons are trailing 2-0 to the Raiders. Back in a moment.
out for the Raiders will be number 11, the DH, Ryan Howard.
That brings up Howard to lead off the top of the second inning. Let's hope for the Dragons' sake it goes better this inning than the last. The pitch from Vance. Swing and a miss, strike one.
Raiders got all the way 1 through 8, leading off the second with their number 9 hitter. That's huge.
That should bode well for them later on in the game, flipping the lineup over. Pitch down the dirt from Vance. 1 ball, 1 strike on the number 9 hitter, the DH Howard. The pitch from Vance. Upstairs, ball 2. Vance at the windup in the pitch. Over but low. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Number 9 hitter, you walk him. Put yourself in a hole.
The pitch from Vance. Chop foul at the plate. Full count on Howard.
Tell him, Mr. King, what happens. You put the walk on, lead off the batter, lead off the inning.
70% score. It's a fact. Take it to the bank. The pitch from Vance.
Nice.
Got him looking on a fastball inside corner. Struck him out looking.
He battled his way back there. Now coming to the plate for the Raiders, the shortstop and leadoff hitter, number 3, Brandon Beckham. I started to say number 1.
Beckham digs in. He's the culprit to get everything started for the Raiders in top of the first. The pitch from Vance.
I tell you what, Beckham made some great plays last night at shortstop. Little kid's impressing me more and more every day I see him.
He's like a Freddie Patek. For you younger people, he played shortstop for the Kansas City Royals back in the 70s. He was a little fella with a big heart.
Beckham's got it. I can tell you some stories on Beckham back when he was 11. We were 12-year-old All-Stars out of the South. He showed up and we beat him 1-0. We were the powerhouse back in the day.
Vance throws a fastball over. We got a 2 ball, 1 strike count on the shortstop. Beckham, the pitch from Vance. He corks it in the left, down the line. Foul ball. A long, loud strike from Beckham. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the shortstop for the Raiders. With a 2-2 count, they get a new baseball for the home plate umpire, Brian Hockman. Vance back on the rubber, gets a sign from Klein. The windup in the pitch. Nice pitch he laid off. Full count to Beckham. That was a beautiful curveball. Young man held up. The pitch from Vance. Chop foul off third. We'll do the 3-2 pitch again.
Let's see if Humphrey calls the curveball right here on the 3-2 pitch. See if he's got confidence in his pitcher.
Vance with the sign from Klein. The windup and the pitch. Outside with a fastball. 1 out walk to Beckham.
Now batting the catcher, number 21, Zach Gross.
With Gross getting a sign from Coach Sanford down there. Last time up, he laid down a sack bunt to move Beckham in scoring position in the top of the first, which later he scored a run. Oh, what a play by Bush. Dives, gets up, throws him out at first. What a play by the young fellow. Left his feet, got back up, threw a strike over to Beckner. 2 down.
It's a huge play by the freshman. Now batting for the Raiders will be number 24, Mark Biggs.
That brings up one of the leading hitters in this district, Mark Biggs. With 2 outs, man on first. Let's see what they do with Mr. Biggs. Vance steps off.
With the base open, I believe that I would be very careful right here. The wind blowing out.
I would agree. A pickoff play, threw it away in the center, but no advancement. Was not a bad play. It looks like our second baseman may have been a little tardy getting there. With 2 outs, Beckham on second, Biggs at the plate, looking at the first pitch from Vance. Outside with a fastball, ball 1.
He almost didn't come set that time.
That's a good eye you have, Jeff Vance. I was just thinking the same thing. They do it again. They chuck it in there again to center field. The throw into third, knocked down by Bush. Beckham will advance on the errant pickoff throw from Vance. Vance back on the hill, the windup and the pitch to Biggs. Ball 0, outside. 2 balls, no strikes.
That's where I would keep it if I was the coach.
The windup and the pitch from Vance. Ground ball to short. King Fields. Throw to first. Got him at first base, and that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, and 1 error, and 1 left for the Raiders. We go to the bottom of the second with the Dragons trailing 2-0. Back in a moment.
Leading off the bottom half of the second will be the DH, number 24, Shane Waldrop.
All right, with the Dragons trailing 2-0, we're about to start the bottom of the second inning here at Dragons Field on the campus of Warren Central. Shane Waldrop, last night's winning pitcher for the Dragons, is about to step in. Payne gets the sign, and here's the pitch. Chops at it to short. Long throw from Beckham. Out of first.
Now batting, number 15, Preston Beckner.
Mr. Vance, what do you think about the impatience of our hitters right there? Curveball way inside, chops it to short.
I don't like it, I can tell you that.
The pitch from Payne, curveball upstairs, ball 1. Back in the day when this middle-aged man played baseball, we were taught to don't swing at nothing with a wrinkle in it until you had 2 strikes.
I don't think that's changed since back in the day. We're just being a really impatient team at the moment.
1 ball, 1 strike to Beckner, the first baseman for the Dragons. Payne with the wind and the pitch. Way outside, ball 2.
This kid's got to prove himself on the mound, and we're going up there and swinging swinging at balls.
It reminds me of the first Bowling Green game over at Bowling Green High, where we were very impatient early in that game. Cut on a miss by Beckner. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Dragons' first baseman. 1 out, nobody on. Dragons trailing 2-0 to the crosstown rivals Raiders. The pitch from Payne. Line drive over the head of Donahoe. It's a base knock for Beckner, and I'll bring up King.
Now batting for the Dragons, number 12, the shortstop, Jacob King. I don't know if he'd have called it anyway.
A little humpback liner gets over Donahoe by Beckner. With 1 out, King steps up to the plate. Let's see what the senior shortstop can do for the Dragons. The check of the runner, the pitch to King.
Jake had a big hit last night for the Dragons. We need another one right here.
He's referring to the 0-2 base hit that broke the tie last night over Warren East and put the Dragons up 3-2. The pitch from Payne. Cut on and fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes to King. He's getting a sign from the third base coach. King digs back in, the check of the runner and the pitch. Ball high. Throw down to second. Nobody catches it. Beckner goes in standing up safely.
Had opportunity to go to third right there. He didn't pick the ball up in time. Now a hit gets the Dragons a run.
Let's see if King can deliver here in the bottom of the second. Payne to the belt. Check of the runner and the pitch to King. Pops it up. Out of play. The Warren East Raider fans had to scurry away from that high pop-up from King. He digs back in. Payne gets a sign from Gross. Checking the runner to the belt and the pitch to King. In the dirt.
Oh, it's going to be closer.
He's in there. And it gets by, but no advancement. Ball in the dirt. Beckner, heads up play, goes into third. Ball gets by Biggs, but he couldn't advance. With 1 out, a 2-2 count to King. Let's see if this guy can deliver. Just give me a ground ball to second base, young man, and get a run home. The pitch from Payne. Oh, my gosh, he hit a bullet. Line drive right back to the pitcher. Happy birthday, young man. Catches it and doubles off Beckner, and that will end the bottom of the second with the Dragons trailing 2-0.
Leading off the top of the third for the Raiders will be the first baseman, number 25, Donnie Lowe.
Back underway here at Dragon Field with the Raiders leading 2-0 over the homestanding Dragons. Wow, we have hit some tough luck so far in this game for the Dragons. 2 double plays in 2 innings. The pitch from Vance lined into center.
Low to low for the out.
How about that?
Now batting for the Raiders, number 20, the center fielder, Andrew Alvey.
That brings up the senior center fielder for the Raiders, Mr. Alvey. The pitch from Vance. Curveball, and it was a beauty. No balls, 1 strike. Vance gets a sign from Klein. The windup in the pitch. Over but low. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch from Vance. Shot right to Bush at third. Line drive. Young man catches it. That's 2 outs for the Raiders.
He hit that one on the nose. Now batting for the Raiders, number 1, right fielder, Hunter Green.
That brings up Hunter Green, who struck out his last time up. Cuts on the first pitch, fouls it off. No balls, 1 strike. Green playing right field today for the Raiders. Beautiful day here in Bowling Green for baseball. Pitch from Vance. Chops it foul, wide of third. No balls, 2 strikes to Hunter Green. Vance looked like he's settling in a little bit over there. The pitch. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Green. The sign from Klein. The windup and the pitch from Vance. Curveball inside, chopped it foul over by the Dragons dugout. Look out. Captain DeHaas over there had to dance away from that one. The pitch from Vance. Cut on, ground ball over to Beckner. He'll take it himself. And that will do it for the Raiders. A 1-2-3 inning after 2.5. Your score, Warren East Raiders 2, Warren Central Dragons nothing. Back in a moment.
Leading off for the Dragons will be the right fielder, number 5, Boone Simmons.
All right. Bottom of the third. Getting underway with the Dragons trailing 2-0 to the Raiders. Brings up Boo-Boo Simmons. Payne climbs on the hill. Gets the sign from Gross in the pitch. Strike 1.
At least he took the first pitch curveball.
That a boy, young fella. They call that hitting where I come from. The pitch from Payne. Cut on and missed.
That's a nice pitch right there.
A nasty little deuce from Payne. Simmons falls down 0-2. Let's see what the young man can do here. Battle, young fella, battle. The pitch from Payne. Time called at the plate. Simmons got a bug in his eye. Payne climbs back on the hill. Simmons digs in. The pitch. Ball outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Boone Simmons, the Dragon right fielder today. The pitch from Payne. Cut on and missed. It was 3 feet outside. Young fella, settle down. A strikeout of Simmons. That's 1 out.
Now batting number 10, the third baseman, Michael Bush.
Jeff Vance, I love this Bush kid. He looks like a player to me.
For a freshman, he has great size on him.
The pitch from Payne. Way outside and high. Ball 1.
This kid stepped in as a quarterback last year for the Dragons, got the big win against Bowling Green.
I had tears in my eyes that night. It's a pretty thing to see.
That shows what kind of composure he has as a young feller.
Yes, he do. Bush digs in. The pitch from Payne. Ball low. 3 balls, no strikes. I'm sure he'll be taken with the Dragons trailing 2-0. Let's see what happens in the pitch. Over but low. That's a 4-pitch walk to Michael Bush.
Now batting for the Dragons will be number 11, the second baseman, Spence Sheldon.
That brings up Spence Sheldon. Young fella getting over an injury. It happened in basketball. Playing second base for the Dragons today. The check of the runner. The pitch to Sheldon. Fakes a bunt. Takes a ball. That's 5 straight balls from Payne. Let's see if our guys can get a little patient right here. The check of the runner and the pitch. Strike 1 outside corner on a fastball.
I like to see a kid that takes a strike after seeing 5 straight balls.
Amen to that, brother. That's smart baseball. Sheldon gets a sign from the third base coach.
Sheldon handles the bat well. Let's see if Dragons get something going right here.
The pitch from Payne. A little bit high, ball 2. I would love to see putting this guy in motion with a 2-1 count.
That's something the Dragons have been. They've been aggressive this year. Let's see if we can.
Whoa, it looks like he flinched on the mound. No call. Gets by the catcher, and he will advance to second. I think we missed a ball call right there, guys. Looks like Payne started and stopped. But we got second anyway, so there you go.
Baseball gods was looking out for us, huh?
There you go. A 3-1 count to Sheldon. I would take a pitch right here. Payne looks like he's struggling just a little bit, trying to find in the strike zone. The lead from second by Bush. The pitch to Sheldon. Bunting for a base hit. He bunts it foul.
He's tried to push that one past the pitcher. Pitcher falling off to the left side. Not a bad idea if he gets it right.
That's a smart play. I like it. To the belt and the pitch from Payne.
Attaboy.
That's ball 4 high to Sheldon with 2 on, 1 out. The Dragons are in business. We got a visit to the mound by the pitching coach, Eugene Flippin. What do you think they're talking about, Jeff Vance?
Would Trevor come to the plate? I know what Flip's saying. Flip's saying be careful. This kid's got power. Keep it down and away from him. Don't come in on him.
My partner in crime is referring to the Dragon center fielder, Trevor Lowe. On the season, I think he's hit 2 out. Is that correct?
He sure has. He's He's tied for the lead with the Dragons on home runs with Preston Beckner.
A long visit here. I don't know what they're talking about. Let's go.
Flip may be asking which McDonald's is closest.
I hear that. Maybe T-Lo will hit one to the arches for the Dragons.
Maybe T-Lo can show him which way to look at the arches right here.
All right, everybody getting back to their positions. Gross getting back behind the dish for the Raiders. We got one out. First and second for the Dragons. Trevor Lowe digs in. The pitch from Payne. Right back at him. Out at second. Out at first, and this is unbelievable.
3 double plays in 3 innings, folks.
Can you believe that? 3 straight double plays ends the Dragons inning. After 3, Raiders 2, Dragons nothing.
Leading off for the Raiders will be the left fielder, number 6, Chase Butler.
All right, we're about ready to lead off the top of the 4th inning. That brings up Butler. We got a guest in the booth, father of Shane Waldrop, Jeff Waldrop. Jeff, how you doing?
Doing good.
What do you think about these double plays we keep hitting into?
Not too good today.
I hear that. With a no ball, 1 strike count, here's the pitch from Vance. Outside and low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Butler last time up drew a walk, was stranded. Young fella digs in. Vance from the windup in the pitch. Corks one over to short. King goes back. It dumps in for a base hit. A long run, could not come up with it. It's a clean single for Butler.
Now batting the second baseman, number 8, Drew Donahoe.
The Raiders have had a couple of those little dunkers. How about sharing with the Dragons today, boys? We got a time at the plate. With nobody out, Butler on first. Donahoe digs in. Throw to first. Made him scramble back safely. Donahoe K last time up. Vance gets a sign to the belt. In the pitch. Bunts foul.
Looks like the Dragons had that one snipped out. They were charging at third.
Yes, they was. I tell you one thing. I would love to see a pitch out and throw in behind the runner right here. It's a play when I coached. I loved it. Let's see what they do. The pitch from Vance. Bush way on the grass. He cuts at it, bunts it back to Vance at first. Vance throws him out of first base. That'll be the first out of the inning with the runner advancing.
Now batting the number 9 hitter, the DH, number 11, Ryan Howard.
That'll bring up the designated hitter, Howard. With a man on second, 1 out. The pitch from Vance. Cut on and miss with the fastball. Blew it right by him. No balls, 1 strike. I like the way the Raiders are playing this thing. You know, they sacrificed in the first inning, moved a runner up, scored a run. They do it again here. Let's see what happens. Swing and a miss again. No balls, 2 strikes to the designated hitter, Howard.
I don't know much about this kid, but I talked to some of the parents last night and said he's been hitting the ball well for the Raiders.
Let's see if Josh Vance can subdue him here. The pitch. Fastball. Got him looking. That's a strikeout for Josh Vance. 2 down.
Now batting the shortstop, number 3, Brandon Beckham.
Now this guy's been a thorn in our side today, Jeff Vance.
Last night as well defensively.
First time up, got a base hit and scored. Last time walked, got stranded at third. The pitch from Vance. Way outside, ball 1.
JV still don't look comfortable on the mound. Everything, he looks like he's holding the ball a little bit too long on the mound.
To the belt, and the pitch from Vance. Bounces in the dirt. Blocked by Klein. Throw down to third. He's safe. Runner advances on the wild pitch. A good block by Klein. But they scamper to third.
That gets him 1 base closer to scoring right here with 2 outs.
The pitch from Vance. Over but low. Boy, looked good from here. 3 balls, no strikes to the leadoff hitter. The shortstop for the Raiders. 4-pitch walk to Beckham.
Now batting the catcher, number 21, Zach Gross.
Gross gets a sign from Sanford down there. On the day for Gross, he's 0 for 1 with a sac bunt. The pitch from Vance. Nice block. Find the ball, young fella. There you go. A 1 ball, no strike on the catcher for the Raiders. We got a first and third situation with 2 down. Let's see how the Dragons play it. Check of the runner to the belt. The pitch from Vance. Strike 1 called.
Wow, that looks outside to me.
I would agree.
I'll take it, but
With a 1 ball, 1 strike count. 2 down here, top of the 4th. Dragons trailing 2-0 to the Raiders. To the belt. The pitch from Vance. Cut on. Foul ball pulled over in a bullpen area. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gross. I like the way this young guy plays right here, Zach Gross. What do you think about him, Jeff?
Zach played for me for many years growing up through the Little League systems. One of the smartest catchers that's playing in the 4th region itself.
The pitch from Vance. Cut on. Shot to short. King comes up with it. Throw to second. And they get the out. And that will end the top of the 4th with the Raiders leading 2-0 over the Dragons. Back in a moment.
Leading off the bottom half of the fourth will be your pitcher, number 1, Josh Vance.
All right, back to the action, sports fans. Here in the bottom of the fourth with the Dragons trailing 2-0 to the Raiders. Vance digs in. The pitch from Payne.
Be patient, young man. Be patient right here. We need base runners.
I hear you. 1 ball, no strike. Payne has been a pain in our side all day, inducing the double play ball. Let's see what Vance can do leading off the inning. Called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. To the pitcher for the Dragons, Josh Vance. The windup and the pitch from Payne. Bouncing ball. Fielded at first. He'll take it unassisted. 1 out.
Now batting number 13, the catcher, Jeremy Klein. Ground ball to short. Oh, what a hop.
Did you see that hop? Yeah. Ground ball to short, takes a crazy hop. Beckham makes the play. That's 2 down.
Now batting number 24, the DH, Shane Waldrop.
Last ball was hit hard, took a crazy hop, but Beckham was able to make the play. With 2 down, Waldrop digs in. The pitch from Payne. Fly ball in the center. First pitch swinging again from Waldrop.
5 pitches, 3 outs.
Unbelievable. Take a pitch, fellas. That will end the fourth with the Dragons still trailing 2-0.
Leading off the top of the 5th for the Raiders will be the third baseman, number 24, Mark Biggs.
All right, Jeff. Ready to get this thing underway. The broadcast is brought to you by Sean King and Jeff Vance, just in case you wanted to know. The windup and the pitch. Over below, ball 1. You can watch this broadcast on the highschoolzone.com. Click on the Dragons, and you can watch the game. That's ball 2 from Vance. 2 balls, no strikes on Biggs. Biggs leading off the top of the 5th.
If I had my druthers, that's where I'd want him. Nobody on and leading off the inning.
3 straight breaking pitches to Biggs. That kind of tells you the respect the Dragons are giving this young fella.
Last count, I think I heard he had 6 home runs on the season.
That's ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Biggs.
Now batting number 25, Donnie Lowe.
This is quite a combination, Biggs and Lowe. I believe they said Lowe has 5 homers on the season. 2 dangerous hitters.
He had a big chance there in the last inning of last night's game.
There's a fly ball in the left center going over. That's going to drop all the way to the wall.
Biggs is going to score.
Biggs will come in without a throw. That's an RBI double for Donnie Lowe. We got a timeout on the field. Dragons assistant coach, Mr. Gibson's coming out. Back in a moment. All right, visit's over. With nobody out, Low on second.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 20, Andrew Alvey.
Alvey digs in, looking to advance the runner at the worst-case scenario. The pitch from Vance, pops it up, foul ball. Klein makes the catch behind the plate. Sacrifice is blown. 1 out.
Now batting number 1, the right fielder, Hunter Green.
Klein found the ball quickly, holding the mask, squeezes it for the first out of the inning. Check of the runner on second. The pitch from Vance. In the dirt, ball 1. With the way the Dragons are swinging a bat today, we can't give them any more here. To the belt. In the pitch. Cut on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hunter's the number 6 hitter for the Raiders. We need the next 2 guys out to get the 8, 9, and 1 up going for the 6.
The pitch from Vance. Pop foul. Out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Green. Last time up, hit a ground ball to Beckner. First time up, struck out swinging. 0 for 2 for Green. Check of the runner by Vance. The pitch. In the dirt, bounces away from Klein. Runner will advance. That's a big play right there.
He hasn't thrown that pitch for a strike all day. You better put that in his back pocket.
Ball caroms away from the catcher. Low advances to third. The pitch from Vance. Cut on. Foul ball left side, out of play. Bush gives chase to no avail.
Need a big strikeout right here for the Dragons.
I hear you, Jeff Vance.
Humphreys must be
I'm going to say I think the boys ought to be in.
must be confident in his offense right here.
The windup and the pitch from Vance. Cut on the curveball, fouled at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Green. The Dragons defense up at the corners, short and second, about halfway. I believe they can still throw Low out at the plate. Here's the pitch. Foul straight back, 2-2.
Need an out pitch, young man. Need an out pitch right here.
Green is hanging in there tough, trying to do a job for the Raiders. The windup and the pitch from Vance. Curveball cut on right back to Vance. Check of the runner. Out at first. Just what the doctor ordered. 2 down.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 6, Chase Butler.
With 2 down, low on third, delivered the big hit of the inning, an RBI double. Brings up Butler. The pitch to Butler. Outside, ball 1. Lowe's had a big day. 2 for 3, 2 RBIs for the Raiders. Butler's in there. Base hit last time up. The pitch from Vance. Way outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Butler's 1 for 1 on the day. Base hit last time. Stranded at third. Walked the first time. Vance into the windup in the pitch. Cut on a miss. Probably swung a ball 3 right there.
He helped him out right there. There's no question there. Vance is struggling with the strike zone right now.
Vance gets a sign from Klein. The windup in the pitch. Foul ball to the left side.
I believe he helped him again.
I believe you're right. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 down here in the top of the 5th, where the Raiders are leading our homestanding Dragons 3-0, looking for more. The windup in the pitch from Vance. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that will end the top of the 5th.
Nice pitch.
That was a beauty. The Raiders tack on a run. They lead 3-0. Back in a moment.
Okay, Dragons, bottom of the 5th, leading off will be number 15, the first baseman, Preston Beckner.
All right, back to the action. Bottom 5 here, Dragons trail 3-0. We got to get something going, Jeff Vance.
Amen to that, brother.
This kid out here for Warren East has really thrown the ball well today. There's a shot at short. Beckham over, makes the long throw. Out at first. Once again, first pitch swinging.
1 pitch, 1 out.
He's thrown 6 pitches now, and he's got 4 outs. His last 4 outs he's recorded. Come on, Jacob King. Take a pitch. The windup and the pitch from Payne to King. Strike 1, that a boy. That's okay. No balls, 1 strike to the shortstop for the Dragons. And the pitch. Way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. King last time up hit a rocket right back at Payne. Threw the glove up, made the catch, and doubled up Beckner. It's been that kind of day for the Dragons. Here's the pitch. Cut on, popped up. Behind third. It falls in for a base hit.
King's going to second.
King's going to second, and he's in there. One called the other one off, and it falls in. Maybe that's the break we needed.
This is when you have to take opportunity of making a big play right here. Now batting for the Dragons, number 5, Boone Simmons. Oh, I ain't doing it next time, man.
Wow. Here we go. Boone Simmons dig it in. Oh, for a hit. King leading off a second. 1 out, bottom of the 5th. Dragons trailing 3-0. The pitch from Payne. First pitch swinging, foul ball over the right side.
At least it was a fastball.
Simmons gets a sign from Gibson, Dragons assistant coach. To the belt, and the pitch to Simmons. Cut on a miss, way outside. No balls, 2 strikes to Simmons. Simmons on the day, K'd his first time. Payne has done a good job of limiting the Dragons to base runners. 0-2 to Simmons, check of the runner. Ground ball foul, wide of first base. We'll do it again.
Zach's sitting up on the outside part of the plate, and Payne's hitting it.
Payne to the belt, and the pitch to Simmons. Way outside. Ball 1. That's a pitch that he got Simmons on the first time up. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Dragons right fielder. We're in the bottom of the 5th. The Dragons trailing 3-0 to the Raiders. King on second base leading off. Check the runner by Payne. And the pitch. Cut on and missed again. Way outside. Hacks at it. Strikes out.
I don't know if he'd have hit that with a telephone pole.
I think I heard his dad down below with a bellow on that swing. 2 outs.
Now batting number 10, Michael Bush. Remind me.
Bush corks one foul down third. Oh, just missed a double. Foul ball by about 2 feet. No balls, 1 strike to the freshman third baseman, Michael Bush. Bush, first time up today, drew a walk and was stranded. King leads off at second. Looks like he's got the 2-out lead. Dragons looking for a hit. The pitch. Wow. Curveball. Looked a little high, but whatever. No balls, 2 strikes to Bush. Come on, young fella. Cork one out to right field right here. The pitch from Payne. Way outside and low. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Michael Bush.
Looks like the Dragons had some action in the pen. Lowe, looks like Trevor Lowe was warming up. Maybe coming in.
Trevor Lowe. Wild thing. Swung on and missed, and that will do it for the Dragons. After 5, 3-0 Raiders.
Leading off for the Raiders will be the second baseman, number 8, Drew Donahoe.
All right, back to the action. Top of the 6th, about to get underway. Donahoe digs in.
He left Vance in.
Corked one down the left, down the line.
Get foul.
Foul ball. Good thing we didn't paint the line today. That may have been fair. A long and loud strike one to Drew Donahoe, Raiders second baseman. One ball, no strike, no balls, one strike to Donahoe. Curveball high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Fly ball in the center, deep. Back goes low at the wall. Makes the catch. Long fly ball by Donahoe for out number 1. New hitter.
Yep. Pinch hitting for the Raiders will be number 13, Nick Henderson.
Got a new hitter. Henderson digs in. First at bat of the day. Pinch hitting for Howard. That was a nice play out there by Trevor Lowe in center to record the first out.
Jake has something in his eye at short.
It's probably that contact. Let's see what he's doing out there. Okay, we're digging back in. Vance up on the hill, gets a sign from Klein. The windup and the pitch to Henderson. A little bit outside. 2 balls, no strikes.
It's number 9 hitter. Here we go. Falling behind again.
3-0. Let's go, Josh Vance. Throw this guy a strike. 3 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Way inside, ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to the pinch hitter, Henderson.
That brings to the plate the shortstop and leadoff hitter, number 3, Brandon Beckham.
With a 1-out walk, Beckham stands in. Looks down at Sanford to get a sign. Henderson leads off first. The pitch to Beckham. Squares the bunt, and it's a beauty. Not going to get him. Beautiful drag bunt by Beckham. Infield single. Henderson moves to second.
Now batting number 21, Zach Gross.
We got a pinch runner back in for Henderson. Howard will re-enter for Hindu. That'd be Henderson for you folks at home. With 1 out, runners on first and second. We got time at the plate. We got a discussion here between the coach and the home plate umpire. And here we go. Runners on first and second, 1 out. That brings up Gross. The pitch from Vance. Pops one up foul on the bunt attempt.
Raiders come to play today. They're pulling out all the stops with the small ball. I said it in the first or the second inning. They've stayed true to their game.
I like the aggressive nature of Sanford and company. I don't think he'll be bunting here. Heads up down there, Michael Bush. The pitch from Vance. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Raiders catcher, Zach Gross. 0 for 2 on the day with a sac bunt in the first inning that set up the first run. Check of the runner by Vance in the pitch. He offered at it. Strike 2. I'm a little puzzled with the bunting of now with one out. I guess they're setting something up. What do you think, Jeff?
I would leave them at bay and see what happens.
Cut on, fly ball, infield fly rules in effect. Sheldon goes out and makes the catch anyway. 2 down.
This is exactly where you don't want to be. Now batting for the Raiders, the third baseman, number 24, Mark Biggs.
Biggs on the day. 1 for 2 with a walk and has scored 2 runs. With 2 down, check of the runner by Vance. And the pitch to Biggs. Curveball over, lines it into left field. Caught by Tyler Love, and that will end the inning. With the Dragons trailing 3-0 after 5.5. Back in a moment.
Leading off the bottom half of the sixth for the Dragons, the second baseman, number 11, Spence Sheldon.
All right, back to the action. Bottom 6, Dragons trailing 3-0 to the Raiders. Raiders looking to even the series at 1. They'll wind up in the pitch. Bunt attempt by Sheldon goes foul. I like the idea.
I like to see him if he's going to try it. He keeps trying to push it past that pitcher on the right side.
He's been a little fine with it, but hack at that thing at the second baseman. He's got a long way to go. They'll wind up in the pitch from Payne to Sheldon. Cut on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes to the Dragons' second baseman. Sheldon on the day drew a critical walk last time up, but was stranded. The pitch. Got him looking on the inside fastball. Strike 3 called.
Now batting number 14, Trevor Lowe.
That brings up the Dragon center fielder, Trevor Lowe. Last time up, hitting the 1-6-3 double play. The pitch from Payne. Caught on and missed. These Dragon hitters are going up there just a hacking all day long. I don't understand it. Make this guy throw some pitches. No balls, 1 strike. Payne gets a sign from Gross. The windup and a pitch to Lowe. Over but high.
It's a nice pitch, though.
It looked pretty good from here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outside. 2 balls, 1 strike to Trevor Lowe. This young lefty out there for the Raiders is throwing a 3-hit shutout at the moment. Let's break this thing up. In the pitch. There's a line drive in the center. That may drop. And it does. A long single by Trevor Lowe.
Now batting number 1, Josh Vance.
That brings up the pitcher for the Dragons, Josh Vance. 1 for 2 on the day. First time up, had a base hit and was left on. With a good runner at first, let's see if the Dragons put him in motion. Check of the runner in the pitch. Cut on, fly ball in the right center. Coming on green, makes the catch. 1 pitch, 2 down.
Now batting number 13, Jeremy Klein.
With 2 outs, Klein gets a sign from Warren Central's coach. Check a low at first base. There's 2 outs. Klein at the dish. Here's the pitch. Strike 1, outside corner, looked a little wide. But I have to say, he's been calling it all day. To the belt, in the pitch. Ground ball, base hit in the right. We're going to go first and third right here. No, we don't. We hold up. I don't know why. Nice.
I don't understand that.
Me neither. Looked like I was a first and third all day.
Big opportunity right here for Mr. Walter. We need him to pull his long ball out he's yet to get this year.
That would be sweet for the Dragons. Dragons trailing 3-0, bottom of the 6th. Time is running out.
Now batting number 24, the DH, Shane Waldrop.
As Coach Humphrey's favorite broadcaster, Harry Carey, would say, oh, for a long one. We got some secretary duties down here by Hawkman, the home plate umpire. I don't know what he's doing. First and second, 2 outs for the Dragons. Waldrop digging in. Low on second.
Looks like Jordy Ward.
Jordy Ward's pinch running. Good catch right there. First pitch hacking. Foul ball. I got to say, we have been our own worst enemy at the plate today with this early swinging. That looked like the ball was down.
Hang one over the middle of the plate right here for Mr. Walton. Let him turn hard right here.
Jordy Ward on first, Trevor Lowe at second. To the belt. In the pitch from Payne. Ground ball, foul, wide to third.
0-2, now it's pitcher's advantage.
That ball was up and in on him. In this broadcaster's opinion, he swung at 2 balls. No balls, 2 strikes to the DH for the Dragons. Shane Waldrop looking for his first hit today. To the belt, in the pitch, way outside. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Shane Waldrop.
I have to say, Payne's done a great job on the outside corner of the plate. He's lived out there all day.
Yes, he has. The pitch. Cut on and miss, strike 3, and that will end the bottom of the 6th inning with Warren East leading 3-0 over the Dragons. Back in a moment.
Now pitching for the Dragons will be number 14, Trevor Lowe. Entering the game in right field will be number 3, Jordan Ward. Now batting for the Raiders will be number 25, Donnie Lowe.
Okay, meeting on the mound by Bush, Klein, and Lowe. I wonder what they're talking about. Hey, let's get 3 outs and go get 4 runs and win this sucker is what I hope they're saying.
I 100% agree.
Trevor Lowe's your new pitcher. Right-hander in the pitch. Bounces it in, ball 1. Raiders leading 3-0 here in the top of the 7th inning. The windup in the pitch from Lowe. Over but low. 2 balls, no strikes.
Dragons are trying to find somebody that they can depend on in late innings, giving Lowe the opportunity.
In the pitch. There's a line drive in the center. He plays it on a bounce. It gets by Love. Throw in the second. He's in there. I don't know why they didn't catch that thing in the air.
That ball should have been caught. Tyler Love moved into center field for the Dragons when Trevor come to the mound. Maybe stunned him for a second. Now batting number 20, Andrew Alvey.
Lowe with a base hit in the air on Love when the ball got by him. Gets Donnie Lowe at second base. I'm sure they're going to try to bunt him over to get one more insurance run for the Raiders. To the belt in the pitch. Over but low. To the belt. Check of the runner. In the pitch. Cut on. Shot over to second base. Spence Sheldon makes a nice play.
That's Josh Vance.
Oh, Josh Vance. I stand corrected. Vance moved to second. Made a beautiful play. Got the out at first. Lowe advances the third. Green stands in with 1 out and a runner on third. Dragons infield is up.
Got to bring the infield in.
With 1 out, Green stands in, looking to extend the lead for the Raiders in the pitch. Over but low. It's a common theme for Trevor Lowe. Let's get the ball up, young fella.
Now batting number 1, Hunter Green.
The sophomore is struggling with the strike zone at the moment. To the belt, in the pitch. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to the right fielder, Green, of the Raiders. Warren Central trying to dodge a bullet here in the top of the 7th. The pitch. Ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Thank you. In the pitch. Way inside, almost hit him. A 4-pitch walk to Green.
Let's see if the Dragons roll the dice and try to go for 2 up the middle, keep the corners in. My.
With first and third, 1 out. That brings up Butler, the left fielder for the Raiders. The Dragons.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 6, Chase Butler.
Butler gets a sign. Young fellas struck out last time, base hit the time before that, and walked his first time. With first and third, 1 out, they're looking for the double play ball. In the middle, runner goes. No throw.
Trevor just needs to slow down a little bit. He's herky-jerky on the mound.
Now with second, third, 1 out. Infield in. Ball 2. He's not finding the strike zone at all here in the top of the 7th. The pitch from low. Strike 1. That looked good. Outside corner fastball. 2 balls, 1 strike to Butler. He's looking to break it open here for the Raiders. The pitch from low. Way outside and high. 3 balls, 1 strike. Jeff, this guy's all over the place. The windup in the pitch. Way outside with the fastball. He walks Butler.
There's nothing wrong with that. That gives us an opportunity for a force play right here. Now batting number 8, Drew Donahoe.
Now the infield backs up, looking for the double play ball. The corners will probably go home on a chopper. Blows it by Donahoe with a fastball. The young right-hander, Trevor Lowe's got a good arm. He's just got to find the zone consistently. No balls, 1 strike to Donahoe in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Throw down to first. Oh, no, look at here. Klein bounces it in down to Beckner. Ball gets away.
It's not a very smart play, in my opinion.
No.
With 2 strikes, he just swung through the pitch. Eat that.
I totally agree, Mr. Vance. Donnie Lowe comes in home with no throw, and now the Raiders lead 4-0. In the pitch. Ball 1. Fastball down and out. That was not a good play by the Dragons catcher.
Yeah, it's the first, in my opinion, first time Preston's been at first this year. When Boone's at first, him and Klein know each other well enough that play fools a few people. But Preston stepping over, I believe Klein's got to hold on to that thing.
I believe you're right. The Dragons have moved some people in the top of the 7th. The pitch. Base hit right up the middle. That's going to play to run. Gets by Love. Runner goes to third. Green scores to make it a 5-0 Warren East game.
That's 2 plays. I think the center fielder's let go under his glove.
What's it?
Now batting the DH, Ryan Howard.
Strike 1 to Howard. Howard was pinch hitted last time by Hindu. That'd be Henderson. Then they reinserted him as the runner, and now he's back at the plate hitting.
Let's see if the Raiders get something in motion right here. I got to believe he's going.
I don't know what that was.
Looks like to me they had the pickoff that goes back to the pitcher. Trevor let the ball go through.
Was second, third, 1 out, 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out for out number 2 here in the top of the 7th.
Now batting number 3, Brendan Beckham.
That brings up Beckham, the Raiders shortstop. This guy's been in everything going on today. Last time up, laid down a beautiful drag bunt for a base hit. Walked, and got a base hit to lead it off in the first. There's a shot in the center. Love comes on. Hey, he makes the catch. Raiders add 2. They lead 5-0 over the Dragons. Back in a moment.
off for the Dragons. The bottom half of the 7th, number 15, Preston Beckner.
All right, bottom of 7, about to get underway with Beckner digging in. Raiders lead 5-0. What a well-pitched game by Payne, looking for the shutout. Ball outside.
I got to believe the Dragons have got to take a strike.
I would think you're right. Let's see what they do. The pitch from Payne. Way outside, ball 2. I got a funny feeling those last 2 runs are going to loom large for the Raiders. The pitch. Strike 1.
Raiders giving the young man an opportunity to close his own game out. He's deserved it so far.
The windup and the pitch from Payne. Shot into left center. Back at the wall. That may be gone. Home run, Preston Beckner. Hit the fastball right over the 345 sign for a solo shot.
It's about 3 innings too late for that. Now batting the shortstop, number 12, Jacob King.
All right, with the long ball by Beckner, makes it a 5-1 game. King digs in with nobody out, nobody on, bottom 7. Curveball strike.
Let's see if we can string a few hits together and just see what happens.
The windup. Forthcoming. Here it is to King. Over below. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The Raiders are scurrying to the bullpen. Looks like number 16, Matt Stevens, is going to warm up.
The windup and the pitch. Right back up the middle. That's a base knock by King.
King's been living the middle the last 2 nights. Oh, nice,
looky here.
Nice hustle right there by the young man.
Alvey fell asleep in center. King takes second.
Looks like the pitching coach for the Raiders taking a visit.
Here we go.
Flip going to the mound.
Eugene Flippin, the pitching coach of the Raiders, makes a slow walk. Evidently, he's not aware of my dinner plans tonight because he's moving awful slow. He's giving time for the left-hander down there warming up for the Raiders. Where'd they get all these lefties at, Jeff Vance?
Lefties on the hill and lefties at the plate. They've got 3, I know, lefties batting today in the lineup. You got Lowe, you got Hunter Green, you got Chase Butler. Then come with that, they got lefties in the pen.
Umpire goes out. Let's break it up, guys. Remember what I said about those 2 runs, looming large. I think the Dragons are going to mount a rally here. Sometimes you want to do that just to carry it over to the second game, even if you lose this game. Just kind of get yourself going and feeling good again.
Now batting for the Dragons will be number 5, Boone Simmons.
That brings up Boone Simmons with nobody out. Jacob King on second. What a hustle play that young man pulled off. A base hit in the center. Alvey played around with it. King took second. Check of the runner to the belt in the pitch. Way outside.
No chance on that. That's a smart play.
Yes, that's a senior baseball player right there.
We're down 4. Let's don't run ourselves out of nothing right here.
Amen, brother.
Come on, Boone. See it out of his hand right here and hit it, young man.
To the belt. Check of King at second. In the pitch. Strike 1, outside corner.
I got to believe Humphreys has got him taking a strike after seeing that.
I got to think you're right. Check of the runner. To the belt. Payne with the pitch. Cut on a missed. He's had Boone Simmons' number. It looks like he's turning that ball over, running away from him a little bit. Cut on and miss. That's a 1-ball, 2-strike count to Boone Simmons. To the belt. In the pitch. Cut on and missed on the curveball, and that will be all for Mr. Simmons.
He's had a tough day at the plate. I think that's 3 Ks for Boone today.
I believe you're right. That brings up Michael Bush. See if the young fella can drive in King.
Now batting number 10, Michael Bush.
Curveball in for strike 1.
Whatever Flip went out and told Mr. Payne, looks like he listened.
Check of the runner in the pitch. Shot in the right field, foul ball. I think that should have been the approach all day long with this left-hander, is go the other way. Let's see if Michael Bush can do it here with 2 strikes. To the belt. In the pitch. Strike him out. Ball gets away.
Go, young man, go.
Bush looks like he may make it, and he is safe at first. Got the strikeout. Curveball in the dirt. Gets by Gross. Michael Bush reaches.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 3, Jordan Ward. Running for Bush will be number 6, Austin Sweat.
That'll bring up Jordan Ward. This is his first plate appearance on the day. He's been out there patrolling right field after the switch in the top of the inning. First and third, 1 out for the Dragons. Let's just prolong this game a little bit, Jeff Vance, and see if we can't make a bunch of racket and carry it into the next game.
A hit right here or anything to get him on base gets us right back to the top of the lineup.
The runners take their lead in the pitch. Whoa, cut and missed on a high fastball.
What happened to taking the first strike?
He must have not got the memo. I know when I used to coach, we give them the fist sign. So if you swung, I'm going to hit you in the mouth. It's universal. Over but low.
I believe he helped us on that.
I think he did. That looked pretty good. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners on first and third. Dragons trail 5-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Payne to the belt. In the pitch to Ward. Strike 1, inside corner.
Strike 2.
Strike 2. I stand corrected.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out.
Let's go, young fella. Just get the bat on the ball. To the belt in the pitch from Payne to Ward. Way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jacob King leading off at third. And is that Austin Sweat at first?
That's Sweat.
Austin Sweat pinch running for Michael Bush, leading off at first base. Check the runners in the pitch from Payne. Fouled it off at the plate.
What a battle, young man.
Wow, extra coat of paint on that bat saved him. Barely got a piece. I hear Jordan's dad going to watch it all the way in there. Let's see if he listens to Papa. The runners take their lead to the belt. Payne with the pitch. Oh, got him looking.
Again, he's living on the corner, folks. I'm telling you, he's still a great ball game.
Ward goes down looking. That's 2 outs in the inning.
Let's see if Trevor can get us going right here.
Check the runner in the pitch by Payne. Cuts on the first pitch. Fouls it off.
Now batting number 14, Trevor Lowe.
For a team that needs runners, we sure are impatient at the plate. No balls, 1 strike to Trevor Lowe. And the pitch. Cut on, chopped at the plate, foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Dragons down to their last strike. The young lefty for the Raiders is trying to go the distance. Something you don't see a lot of kids do these days. To the belt, check of the runner, steps off. He looks into the dugout. What in the world could you be telling the kid now?
I think Flip called the wrong pitch and he wanted to change it. I think he may go
right.
outside on him.
And yes, he is.
By a long shot.
Way outside.
Zach setting up in the outside part of the batter's box on that pitch.
Yes, he was. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Raiders looking to close the Dragons out. Let's see what Lowe can do. The pitch. Cut on. Fly ball in the center deep. Albie goes back. Makes the catch. And that will do it. The Warren East Raiders defeat the Dragons 5-1. Totals in a moment. Okay, back to Dragons Field where the Raiders defeat the homestanding Dragons in Game 1 of this district doubleheader, 5-1. Here's the totals for the Raiders. 5 runs on 9 hits, no errors. For the Dragons, 1 run on 5 hits and 2 errors. Back in a moment for the player of the game.
Do that test real quick.
Test. Hello.
Hey, we're with left-handers. Few games in my day. The breaking pitch was beautiful. You almost completed the shutout right there. I think you had give up 5 hits and 1 run. You had 7 Ks and 2 walks. Solid performance.
Yeah, just getting there and just try to hit the spots and helped out most of the time.
I believe you're right. Beautiful game. Good effort. Who's on the hill for the next one for the Raiders?
Brandon Beckham. And
All right, good luck to you, young guy.
Well, we learned something.
I totally forgot about that. What it is. This